Thanks for checking out Friday Night Bites. My name is Braxton Nielsen. I'm just going to take you through a little walkthrough of the site that I've created and the blog that I've got set up. And the purpose of that, along with a little research done about this blog and what I've really learned from creating this blog as well. So let's get started. First thing I want to talk about is the market research. If you look at food blogs, you find a lot of food blogs about major cities, but you also find ones that have different things like recipes or experiences from local chefs. You don't really find a lot of local blogs that talk about local food and where you can eat, especially in places here like Provo and Orem area. There are a handful of blogs in Salt Lake location, but there's nothing local here in Utah County. The ones in Salt Lake do talk about a couple restaurants up there, but it's mainly just a blog about food, but not about the restaurants in that area. And a lot of the blogs that you'll encounter that talk about food are mostly entertainment blogs, which talk about things that you can do in certain places that talk about here and there things about food, but they're not food related blogs. So when we look at competitors' blogs, the biggest competitors to Friday Night Bites are blogs like Female Foodie, Movoto, and Eater. The thing with these blogs is they're not local. They've all written certain articles about Utah or even articles in Utah County, but they're not specifically here in Utah County, which I wouldn't compare them to Friday Night Bites or say that they are a competitor. The biggest competitors you'll actually find are local restaurant sites, just because that's what comes up when you Google for food, or places like Google and Yelp and TripAdvisor. They're not blogs, but they do talk about food in the area, but they're mainly just informational websites. So let's talk about target markets. Friday Night Bites has two main target markets or buyer personas. The first one are young adults, which are adults between 18 and 35. I picked this market to talk about because they tend to go on dates a lot more than the other demographics in the area, but they also tend to eat out a lot more as well. So I feel like this market, this demographic would definitely benefit from this blog that I've got set up. And they would definitely be the people that would use it the most as well. The second market that I'm going to talk about are families. When I'm talking about families, I'm talking about parents with two or more children under the age of 12. They tend to eat out pretty often, but when they eat out, they tend to order a lot more food because they're buying for the entire family and not just for one or two people. So restaurants really like these people coming in because they order more, which means they're going to spend more. And now, younger parents in these families can actually find and navigate websites and this blog site easier than other demographics can, just because they're not too old to really know what the internet is, but they're also not too young where they're stuck and they don't know what blogs are necessarily, and they don't like to read articles. So families are definitely a big market for this blog. So let's go check out the blog itself. If we get this pulled up, this is the main page here. This is the home page. Here you've got all the different blogs set up. A bunch of different blogs are about local food. Other ones are about local restaurants. Other ones are just articles written that are entertaining for people to read about local food. We've also got a contact page if you want to contact me, and a frequently asked questions page with frequently asked questions that people usually have about different blogs and about this site itself. So feel free to take a look at that. The two main pages on here are the local stories and local deals pages. These ones talk about local deals and local stories in the area and how you can really find out more about what's going on, but also benefit from these different things. And local restaurants, this is where they would be featured on the site is on these local deals and local stories pages. So that's the website itself, and that's kind of how it's laid out. So let's go back here. We're going to talk about how to attract new followers. Mainly, if you look in social media through sharing and SEO optimization, people tend to find this blog or will find this blog a lot easier than going through other methods. But you can also promote this site through local restaurants and offer coupons to hungry followers and searchers that are looking for good food to eat. And what I've really learned from creating this blog is what it takes to create a great article and how to really increase engagement in these articles. Another big thing I've learned is how social media can help businesses grow, especially from a small blog, because it helps them get visits and views a lot easier than other pages. And it's probably the easiest way to do that as well. The biggest thing that I think I can really add onto my resume is the fact that I've used WordPress and I've learned how to blog. I feel like this will be really impressive to future employers that are looking for somebody that can help them create great content. By having this WordPress blog set up, it'll definitely be a bonus on my resume. So that's the end of this presentation. Feel free to check out fridaybites.wordpress.com. Also, feel free to check out braxtonnielsen.com for more information on Friday Night Bites and reach out to me with any questions. Thanks.